Good morning. Oh, come on. I know y'all are awake. I heard you. Good morning. There we go. So I'm Officer Crystal Templeton with the Murfreesboro Police Department. I'd like to welcome the DARE graduates this morning to their graduation. They've worked really hard over the past few weeks. Parents, relatives, thank you for coming. Faculty, guests, thank you for being here and showing support for them as well. I would like to introduce a few of my team members and co-workers that I have with me today. Officer Stan Meeks, Officer Bill Draw, Officer Jay Radzinski, got Officer Amy Norville hiding over here in the bleachers. Officer Skylar Harris has joined us. Thank you. And our Lieutenant Gary Carter is with us today. We're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. If I could have Samantha Elgin, Owen White, Julia Rowland, Brody Shaver, Campbell Owen, and Leighton Cherry. You guys want to join me? And Grant, if you'll come on up with us too. We're going to stand over here. Grant's going to lead us in a prayer this morning.
Please bow. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you've given us. Please help the sick and the poor and everything, all the things you've given us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
So DARE is a drug abuse resistance education program, and it was started in 1983 by the former police chief Daryl Gates at the Los Angeles Police Department. Murfreesboro Police Department began teaching DARE in the city schools in 1992, and we continue to teach in all 12 city schools and the 2 private schools here at MTCS and at St. Rose. DARE is currently taught in approximately 80% of the United States school districts and in 54 different countries around the world. DARE is a cooperative effort between law enforcement and the school system. Uniformed officers teach a 10-week course of study to show students how they can live productive, drug and violence-free lives. The topics that we talk about during DARE are decision-making skills, risk and consequences, dealing with stress, bullying, being part of a community, health effects of drug abuse, responding to peer pressure, communication skills, and empathy. As you can see, DARE is a life skills class. It's not a drug identification program. We don't bring drugs into the classroom to show to the students at any point. With our graduation today, these students are joining over 37 million DARE students who have benefited from the DARE program. So it makes them part of a larger community. I'm going to bring up Mr. President Matt Tiller.
Thank you, Officer Timpson. Appreciate that very much. Students, congratulations. I don't know how long this program's gone on, 3 months maybe, 2 or 3 months. So you're ready for graduation. We are excited for you. I know you are very excited. Let me also thank all of our partners at the Murfreesboro Police Department. We are privileged to be part of a great community. And part of that's because we have wonderful men and women who serve us and protect us. And what a great relationship we have. I've never felt more safe than I do this morning with this great representation on the stage. But we are privileged to feel safe all the time. Thank you all very much for the way you partner with us. It's a partnership that we benefit from. Students, my message is going to be brief. I want to get our special guest speaker up in just a second. But I want to congratulate you on committing to avoiding some of the temptations that Satan puts in so many lives, and committing to make different decisions and be different people. And here, you're doing that not just for your sake, but for God's kingdom's sake and for His glory. And I want to congratulate you on that. The things you've been taught through this program are things that are central to who we are in our faith. And quite frankly, if you listen and you commit to those, will allow you to live a more productive life in God's kingdom. So congratulations. We're proud of you as always. Parents, thank you for being here to celebrate with us on this great moment. And it's a wonderful time of year to celebrate. We're celebrating something unique and different today. I look forward to watching all of you. This is 5th grade, so in just a few years you'll be walking across the stage to the next phase of your journey. And I congratulate you on this graduation as we look forward to another one very, very soon. So again, congratulations. Let's give them one more round of applause for today. It's now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Marion Wade Castle, who is a retired staff sergeant for the U.S. Army and has also, I think, a brief message for us this morning. So, Mr. Castle.
Good morning, 5th grade Cougars. I'm Staff Sergeant Castle. Some of you know me because you know that I have children that go to school here, but I'm very proud of you this morning in the fact that you've completed the DARE course. The key to the DARE course is about making good choices and making good decisions. Each and every one of you this morning made some good choices because I see you're in the right shirt, you're in the right pants, you have on the right clothing attire, and those were choices you made. Sometimes choices are really easy to make, right? Sometimes they're really easy. You got up this morning, you knew what you were going to put on. Not much of a choice there, right? Sometimes choices are hard to make. Sometimes when folks around you are choosing to do something that maybe doesn't feel quite right, you have to make that choice of whether you're going to go along with them or you're going to stand your ground. Oftentimes wearing this uniform means that you have to stand your ground and not go along with the crowd. A lot of times those choices are challenging because you may walk somewhere, something as simple as finding something that belongs to somebody else. And you have to make the choice. Do I try and find this person? Do I turn it into the office? Or is this something I'd really like to have for myself? It's that simple. It sounds simple, but it's not always simple, is it? Sometimes it's a choice of sitting still and being quiet and listening to guys like me talk or to your teachers. Those are good choices. Sometimes we don't make those good choices, and making bad choices has consequences, doesn't it? Have any of you ever been in trouble for making a bad choice? If you're not shaking your head yes, you're making a bad choice. Sometimes they have physical ramifications. I have a 6th grader who made the choice one day to not go through the gate at our house and chose to climb over the fence. That seemed like a pretty good choice for him. It was quicker for him to get into the backyard going over the fence than it was to go around and go through the gate until he fell off the fence and landed on his arm. Bad choice, cast. So a lot of times you simply need to stop for a moment and think about the choice you're making. Does the choice honor God? Does the choice honor your parents? Is the choice something that you would be proud of later on? If you'll ask yourself those questions, those very simple questions, is this something that my parents would be proud of? I think you'll find the answer to the question of whether you make the right choice or you make the wrong choice. Now, part of the reason that Mr. Priestley asked me to be here is in about 3 months, you're going to get to participate in something, and you'll have the opportunity to make some choices there too. And 4th grade, I know you're sitting over there listening as well. You're a couple of years away, but it's coming for you. And that'll be boot camp. In boot camp, you're going to have the opportunity to learn a little bit about the military and making good choices. And you'll have the opportunity to make good choices as a team, which is key, because I will tell you, the group that you're following, those 6th graders that we had last year, those guys worked as a team. They made the choice to help one another. They made the choice not to leave anybody behind. They set a very high bar with me. I think you guys have the same opportunity to do that. So you need to look around at one another and think about when boot camp comes and I'm standing there screaming at you and you know what you're supposed to do, but the other 6 people around you don't know what to do. Make the right choice. Become a leader. Ask them, tell them what they need to do so that I'll stop screaming at them. Each and every one of you has choices to make in your life, and those choices will impact your life from this day forward. Many of the choices you've already made have impacted it. Your parents made the choice for you to go to school here, and that's given you an opportunity to not only have a wonderful education, but to learn about God and to honor the things that we hold highly in this country. So when you have an opportunity to make a good choice, think about those things that I laid out. Does it honor God? Does it honor your parents? And is it something that you would be proud of later on in life? Once again, thank you for participating in the DARE program. I am very proud of you. I look so forward to seeing you in March at boot camp. We'll start very early on a Saturday afternoon and we'll run all week long. The only thing that I will promise you is that you'll be tired when you're done. You guys go forward and make great choices. When you get the opportunity after this, make sure you thank these folks that led you through this, because their dedication to you is their desire for you to make good choices in life. We'll give you another round of applause for doing a great job, and they're going to do your presentations. Thank you.
We have a little something for you. Thank you for joining us today. You guys, that's such a powerful message, and I hope that you were paying attention and listening to that. I'm excited for you to go through boot camp. I'm going to have to come visit during that. Just a little bit more about how the fifth graders were able to graduate today is they have to have class attendance, participation in class discussion, complete their workbook, and then they have to write an essay. This is the only competition that have a lot of people go, I don't want to win first place, because the first place winners are actually going to share their essay with us today. So some of them are a little nervous, and they have no idea who they are yet, so I can see them wiggling. Possible topics in the essay that they should talk about is how they feel about the DARE program, what they've learned in DARE, and why they think it is important to be drug-free and make better decisions and be able to do better with peer pressure. So the essays that are going to be read, the DARE essays are the hardest part of the DARE officer's job. We have to read all of the essays and then pick 3 from the class. And I'll be honest with you, this year, I had such a hard time doing this that I had to reach out to some coworkers because all of our essays were amazing. So I picked a few and said, here, help me pick the top 3. There's also another award that is chosen. It's chosen through the students. And this one is a very special award. If you are chosen today to be the DARE boy or the DARE girl, that means that your classmates have voted for you, not for popularity, but as I explained to you when we went through the process, it's because they already see you as a leader in their class. They already see you making good choices, and they feel that you're going to remain drug and alcohol free. So if you were chosen as the DARE boy and the DARE girl, you need to take that as an honor and hold on to that, because your classmates are already seeing you as their leader. So I know you guys are tired of me talking, so we're going to get on with the presentation of your certificates. If Ms. Jernigan will come and join me.
McKenna Barnett. Luke Brownlow. Layton Cherry, Sarah Garrett, Charlie Mack Gilbert, Joanna Lafort, Caleb Mills, Campbell Owen, Katie Pachars, Amelia Ruminer, Max Winfrey, and Grant Womack.
I'm going to bring Ms. Jernigan back up. We have a little thank you gift for you. I just want to say I really appreciate the teachers working with us and giving us their class time. There is so much that you guys have to learn, and they have to give us some of their time so that we can come in. So I really appreciate that. All right, the surprises of the day. Dare Boy for Ms. Jernigan's class, Max Winfrey. Dare Girl, McKenna Barnett. Third place essay, Luke Brownlow. Second place essay, Caleb Mills. First place essay, and I'm going to apologize if I don't say this correctly, I've practiced, Katie Pachores. I didn't do it right, did I? Pachores. Pachars. All right, get up here. Pachars. Yeah, I need more practice. All right.
Have you ever considered going to a DARE class? In DARE, I learned that it actually stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. This program teaches about how to be responsible on resisting drugs and alcohol. It also teaches about how to handle problems that kids around the U.S. experience. I learned that drinking alcohol can cause loss of coordination, poor judgment, loss of self-control, memory loss, and in some cases, death. I also learned that smoking can cause heart disease, lung cancer, yellow teeth, and cause bad breath too. I also learned that sometimes you have to take responsibility for the things you do. For example, if I cause a problem between my friends or gossip, I need to be the bigger person and take responsibility for it. I've used the DARE Decision Maker model to deal with problems with my friends and family, also to make hard decisions that could affect my life. As you see, I've had to use the DARE Decision Maker model in many things. Maybe one day you will too. My DARE experience was awesome. I learned many things that one day will make a big impact on our lives. The DARE experience, in my opinion, is a program that all 5th grade kids should take. I say this because getting an early start on knowing these things is better than not knowing at all. So to tie everything together, DARE is basically one of the most popular programs in Tennessee. DARE teaches kids how to be responsible, respectful, and a good listener. Also about resisting drugs, which is bad for you. Thank you for listening to my DARE essay.
Next we have Miss McKnight's class. Is that right? No.
Samantha Elgin. Tatum Glover. Rylan Grider. Kaysen Hill. Poppy Joe Howard. Meredith Hubbard. Aiden McKee. Ian Molina. Sean Paget. Caitlin Stapp. Nevaeh Weaver. Owen White.
Dare boy from Miss McKnight's class, Rylan Grider. Dare girl, Meredith Hubbard. Third place essay, Meredith Hubbard. Second place essay, Poppy Joe Howard. First place essay from Ms. McKnight's class, Caitlin Stapp. Congratulations. Here you go.
Have you ever wanted to be the best person you can be? Well, if you have, I would strongly suggest DARE. DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education, but in our DARE decision-making model, it stands for Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate. I'm going to tell you my experiences from DARE and how it has affected me. One of the most important things we have learned in DARE is being kind. I have found that being kind is complex. I found that being kind is more complex than anyone could imagine. It takes a lot of responsibility and patience because sometimes we have to be kind to someone who hasn't really been kind to us. We also learned how to deal with somebody who isn't being kind to us. For example, you should tell a teacher or a parent if somebody isn't being kind to you, or you could also talk to them and maybe even become friends with them. Health effects are rarely anything anybody worries about, but everyone should be very concerned about this matter. There are so many people in this world who smoke and do drugs. We actually learned a lot about health effects and how they take such a toll on the human body. Alcohol is very dangerous and has many health effects. For example, you lose coordination, you make poor decisions, and you can lose coordination, you make poor decisions, and you can also lose self-control. With cigarettes, it is the same thing. The last thing, which is most important to me, is communication. There are 3 common forms of communication, which are demanding, unsure, and confident. When you speak demandingly, people will get scared and not want to continue the conversation. If you speak unsurely, people might not get the message or just not listen. Finally, if you speak confidently, people will want to talk to you and they will understand you. DARE has helped me learn so much information about handling situations that will pop up in life. Every time it is DARE Day, I am excited to learn something new. When DARE is over, I am happy I learned something new, but sad that class is over. After school, I try being the best person I can be, and I spread the word about all I've learned.
Good job. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Priestley's class.
Sam Bogle. Miss Michaela Carr. Miss Jalen Edwards. Mr. Trey Finch. Mr. Gannon Greneau. Miss Anna Jenkins. Mrs. Aubrey Merritt. Mr. Isaiah Molina. Mr. Hunter Morris. Miss Julia Rowland. Mr. Brody Shawver. Miss Julie Sherrod. And Mr. Garrett Truitt.
Dare Boy for Mr. Priestley's class, Sam Bogle. Dare Girl, Julie Sherrod. Say that right. Congratulations. Third place essay, Trey Finch. Second place essay, Isaiah Molina. First place essay for Mr. Priestley's class, Hunter Morris.
Dare was really fun this year. I hope that every school does Dare. We learned a lot in this Dare graduation. One thing we learned is the Dare decision-making model. It says define, assess, respond, and evaluate. We would do situations in the book where we would define, assess, respond, and evaluate the situation. We also learned how to resist pressure. One pressure is peer pressure, when your friends tempt you to do something you do not want to do. Peer pressure is sometimes good, like when a teammate or coach encourages you to do something good. One other way we learn to resist pressure is changing the topic. Like if your friend asks you if you want a beer, say no, but do you want to play basketball? Another thing we learned is health effects of drugs and alcohol. When you drink, it hurts your body and brain. There are 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year. When you smoke, it makes you have bad breath and yellow teeth. More than 400,000 die each year because of it, and 50,000 die each year because of secondhand smoke, which is where someone else is smoking and you breathe their smoke in. We also learned about making good choices. One good choice is to not hang out with people that may cause you to do bad choices. Like, if your friend asks you to go somewhere where you know there's going to be trouble, say no. Choose your friends wisely. Like, if your friend drinks, do not hang out with them. Some choices are life-threatening, like if your friend drinks or smokes, it can hurt you too. I learned a lot in Dare this year, and I hope you did too. The Dare officers did a great job. I really enjoyed the little skit that we did. That was really fun. I really enjoyed the videos we did at the beginning and end of every class on Wednesday. Dare was really fun this year, and I hope the next class loves it too. So as you can see from the essay, that is definitely the hardest part. Again,
of our job. So if you would give not only the essay winners and the Dare Boy and Girls, but all of the graduates another round for me. If you'll look on the back of your program, you're going to see a list of sponsors. We would like to take a moment just to thank them. You'll see that we have the Murfreesboro Police Department's DARE program. I would like to thank the anonymous supporters that we have, Skate Center West, Murfreesboro Cable Coordinator's Office, which they're here with us today. You guys want to wave at them? All right. Okay. They will actually be replaying this, and I will send the schedule home, but it will be replayed for MTCS on the 27th, the 28th, and the 30th. Parents, don't worry about those dates. I will send that schedule home. We would like to also thank the DareCatalog.com, Tennessee Highway Patrol DARE Division, Murfreesboro City School System, Rutherford County Juvenile Court, and the Murfreesboro Police Department, City of Murfreesboro's administration. Without the support of our administration, we would not be able to come in and do this. So we are very thankful for them. And I just noticed a moment ago that my major has actually joined us. So if you would welcome him, Mr. Atkinson. He snuck in on me. So I had mentioned that at the Skate Center West, parents, there will be, and again, you won't have to worry about this, but I told them about it yesterday. Skate Center West allows us to come out. We have a DARE night for all of our graduates. Their ticket in will be their shirt. It'll be free, and if you would like to stay, you most obviously are welcome to do so. There's a nominal fee if you'd like to skate with us. Some of the DARE officers are brave and do that. Some of us are not. So we'll just have to see if I'm going to be brave that night or not. That'll be again on December the 18th. Thank you all for coming today and showing your support. I do have just a couple of more gifts that I would like to give out. If I could have President Matt Tiller to come back and join me for just a moment. Thank you for letting us be a part of y'all's family. And then if I could get Miss Melton to join us. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family. Did you want to say a few words? Okay.
You know, our students go through quite a few classes with this. If I'm not mistaken, it was 10. You left me. You snuck away. Is it 10 classes? And through that entire process, they really were exposed to a lot. Excuse me, my throat is fighting me today. I was really impressed with not only how our students handle everything, but how you did as well. And I really appreciate the effort that you've given us. Mr. Brownlow's got something that we'd like to bestow upon you as well. Little MTCS wares. We'd like to see that out in your hands often, helping us advertise our school here. We are very proud of it. We know you're very proud of being a part of this as well. And but we just really appreciate your work that you do here with us, and we know that all you guys are other officers of Murfreesboro's finest over here are doing this at other schools, and we just really appreciate the impact that you're all trying to make here in our community. And at this point, we'll turn it over to Ms. Melanie, to Ms. Mullane to wrap us up.
All right, boys and girls, I do want you to remember, we talk about this. I know I haven't seen you much this year in your classes, but when I've been with you in the past in guidance classes, we talk about how life is about choices. And one of the things that I always try to stress to you, boys and girls, is that you have a chance every day to lead someone to get closer to heaven or closer to the devil. And really, what you've learned about in this, it begins now. You may think, I'm in the 5th grade. You know, I can make silly choices, or I can call my friend a bad name, and it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It begins today. The choices you make in life, the patterns you start today at this age. So please remember that when you're making that choices. And the other things that I always talk to you about is, you know, be sure that your choices are honoring God. You wear your parents' name every day when you come to school, and you're honoring yourself and each other. But again, I'm very proud of you. Let's take this with us today as we move forward from here. And first of all, let's again give all of our police officers a round of applause for coming today. Let's thank Mr. Castle one more time. What a great message. And last but not least, parents and grandparents, thank you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have these special boys and girls here today. Thank you for coming. You are dismissed.